Hey there, you're watching Go Island, coming to you this week from the 3rd Avenue Recycling Depot because we're going to bring you an update on recycling.
Aaron Visya Financial Go Island is brought to you by Aaron Visya Financial.
Well, hello again. You are watching Go Island. We are down here at the 3rd Avenue Recycling Depot because, as most of you city residents know, there have been changes to the recycling program. And you know, on Facebook, there's this wonderful long thread. A lot of people are blaming the city government or the regional district or even the recycling company for making these changes. Well, the truth is, this was a provincial initiative. And to tell us about it, I have Jerry Kupiak from Suncoast Waste Disposal. Jerry, this is a major change, isn't it?
It is, but it's a lot of people don't realize it's been in the works for probably a couple of years. And it's all to do with what they call stewardship programs, making industry responsible for the packaging and printed paper that they produce. So that's where it all started, and this is the new program, MMBC, and now the industry is responsible for those products. So if they're responsible for the products, they want to control the cost of the program. They want to control the program. So it has nothing to do with the city or the regional district. They are still the administrators of that contract, but they are told what to do and what to collect by MMBC.
And this isn't even something that they could say, like, they didn't have any choice about this. This is just the way it is province-wide.
It is. This is the way it is. There's been some changes, and the biggest change is the plastic bags. But other than that, there hasn't been a lot of changes. There may be changes coming in user fees and things like that, but I really don't know how that's going to work when people buy those products at the till.
Well, I do know one change that's happening already. You won't be getting a recycling bill from the regional district if you live in the city, because now that's being paid by the manufacturers.
Yep, it should be. I'm not sure the regional district here, a lot of regional districts, it's 100% supported by industry. Some areas where the programs are a little bit more costly, it's a subsidized program.
Okay, I'm not even going to go into that.
No.
That's a bigger question. But the changes have not been made locally, they're being made provincially, and they're just being administered locally.
That's right.
Now, there's a lot more to talk about because there are some things that people need to be reminded of about those changes. But before we hear about that, we're going to follow Jose Araujo. You never know what this guy is up to. This week, he's swinging a bat. Well, welcome back. You are still watching Go Island, the recycling edition, because there have been big changes to recycling across BC, not just in Port Alberni. And one of those changes involves plastic bags, the grocery bags that you were always able to put in your curbside pickup container, and you can't anymore. And Jerry Kupiak's going to tell us why. Why?
Well, the problem with the bags is when we're doing what they call a single stream, is what the collection is in Port Alberni at the curbside. Everything goes into one truck. Then it goes to a plant to be sorted. Bags have always been problematic. If you were to go to one of these plants, you will see plastic bags hanging from all the machinery, from the rafters, everywhere. It's very light, and in a facility like that, there's some wind and stuff generated because there's all sorts of conveyors and machinery and stuff, and it's always been a problem getting that plastic out of the single stream. So now with MMBC taking over the program, they still want to recycle that product, but they don't want it in the curbside. They don't want to pay the extra costs of getting that out of the single stream, and then also losing a lot of the material. So now what we have is bag the bag programs. So we want people, instead of putting it in the curbside container, bag the bags and bring it down to the depot. So we will still recycle it, but just not at the curb.
So bag the bags, that means stuff a grocery bag full of bags and plastic film. We're talking about, you know, the kitchen wrap that you might use. All of that goes in a bag, tie a knot in the top, and bring it down to 3rd Avenue, because they're not going to pick it up curbside, are they?
No. And I mean, some people might say, well, he took mine today, but we see so many houses in a day, some might slip by. Trust me, we'll catch you at some point.
And there's a few other changes. I know this one is going to take some getting used to, but you know, if you just start doing it, it'll be natural in just a little while.
Yep.
The flip side is they are picking up things that they didn't before.
Yeah, mainly it's the cans, aerosol cans. So we pick those up, aseptic packaging, which would be your Tetra Paks, be it juice or stocks, chicken stock, vegetable stock, those type of things which we didn't collect before.
So that means hairspray, ladies. When you're finished with your hairspray can, it can go in. All of those aerosol cans, as long as they're empty, can go in the curbside pickup Tetra Paks.
Yep, Tetra Paks, and also make sure
clean.
Aerosol cans, if they got a skull and crossbones or some sort of hazardous material obviously we don't collect those. The other one is what we call a gable top milk carton. So that is your paper carton. People would have referred to them before as being a waxed sort of paper. What they're called now is a polycoat. So they can be recycled, so we're also collecting those.
Okay. And at the depot, you can also bring 2 new items.
Yeah,
well,
you can.
1 new item.
Yeah, well, you can bring styrofoam, and that is a new item. So white styrofoam and colored styrofoam, they're separated here, and then also the glass. In the past, it was all glass. It was window glass, it was mirror glass, it was ceramics, and they used it for drainage. They would crush it and use it for drainage to the landfill. Now with MMBC being involved, they want all the container glass here, so it had to have a food or beverage in it, and it comes here, it's crushed, and then it's shipped, and it will be recycled now.
Excellent. So many big changes. You're going to want to check the website, MMBC, Multi-Material BC. Check the website online, and we'll give you everything you need to know. We do have more to talk about here, but first, we're going to send you to a couple more stories. Well, hello again. You are still watching Go Island, coming to you from the 3rd Avenue Recycling Depot because we're talking about recycling changes. And I know that there are some of you out there that tried very hard to follow all the rules, to meet all the new guidelines, and you came home from work and your recycling was still sitting at the curb with a sticker on the bag, and you want to know why it wasn't picked up. The man himself, Jerry Kupiak, is going to tell us why. Jerry, why was it probably not picked up?
The biggest issue right now is with the plastic film. Most of the blue boxes are being left behind right now because of plastic film. The other big issue is people had gotten used to putting the recyclables in a plastic bag. So when we say no film, what is your recycling? It's in a plastic bag. So at that point, it's very difficult for us to put empty the bag, all the recyclables, or sort those materials, and then put a decal on that, and then leave the bag behind, because those bags will be flying all over the neighborhood. When you get home at night, it'll already all be gone. You would not even know that you did anything wrong. So we would prefer, and MMBC has, Janice and myself have both been in touch with MMBC. They do not want the plastic bags. They want everybody to use what they consider to be a reusable container. And even if you've got an extra garbage can, something like this is very inexpensive, and this is perfect for putting your recyclables in. It's even for the drivers, it's a very nice height. There's not a lot of bending over. We can leave it behind. If there's materials that aren't recyclable or aren't included in the program, we can leave them behind with a decal. So if you're finding that, you know, your stuff's been left behind because it's in a bag, I know a lot of people would not understand that, but if you think about it right, you know, this is film. This isn't accepted to start with, so yeah.
It's not going to work.
Yeah.
Now, there's one other big reason that your stuff might be left behind. It's not clean.
Yeah, MMBC also demands things that are maybe cleaner than what they have in the past. They've got some fairly strict rules. And when we see clean, a lot of times the things can be just rinsed out. We have to store those materials because they want us to ship container loads. So we have to keep things longer than we used to, which means if they're not clean, we're going to have odor problems, we're going to have rodents, things like that. So rinse out any of the containers that had liquids in them. And then when it comes to the food containers, jars and things like that, peanut butter jars, use it all, and then rinse it, and then put it out.
Okay, good advice anyway. You don't want rats around your house
No.
while you're storing your recyclables anyway. Jerry, thank you so much for updating us. I know there's lots of questions. Go to the MMBC website. You'll get all of the information there, and don't blame Jerry, because it wasn't his decision. It wasn't
We're just
his
following
choice.
the rules.
We're almost at the end of the show, but before we leave, there's another story for you. Well, that does bring us to the end of another Go Island. Earlier in the show, I was talking with Jerry about whether the regional district will be sending out a bill for recycling, and no, I have confirmed since then you will not be receiving a bill for recycling from the regional district this year, which means you're not paying for this. The manufacturers are paying for this service. And if you're upset about it, don't be dumping your recyclables on the mayor's lawn or at the office of the regional district, because this is a provincial initiative. It's not something that was put in place by the local governments. Until we meet again, be good to each other.
Aaron Vissia Financial Go Island is brought to you by Aaron Vissia Financial, supporting community and providing personalized advice and service to clients since 1996. Our team is ready to help you with your financial future.